So earlier this year, I think it was around March, I traveled to another country for the first time alone. And it was a crazy experience, man, from getting on the plane to actually getting there to also just trying to communicate with the people because the place I went to was El Salvador. If you know anything about El Salvador, 5, 6 years ago, it was the murder capital of the world. They have a new leader now, and he's made a lot of great changes that have changed the country for the better. So going here, I really didn't know what to expect. I had watched a couple videos, and most of the videos I watched, it wasn't really solo travelers going to this place. So I didn't really know what of much to expect. I'm so glad that I did go because it led me to be more comfortable going to, I think I went to like 3 or 4 other countries alone after this trip. And it opened my mind up and expanded my mind and put me in a situation where I had to adapt to be able to survive. And one of the things that I always thought is that, if I go far away from the people that I love, that I would feel lonely, right? But that really wasn't the case. I actually felt at home when I was in this place. Now, I've been to places that are still very like third worldish, but what I say about El Salvador is they're making a lot of improvements. Like I am the type of person when I go to places, I'm going to talk to people, interact with the locals, go to local food spots and places like that. I got a lot of vlogs out there if you want to go check that out. But I'm going to go interact with the people. And I could say I only ever had one bad interaction out there. The guy was like a crackhead. I made a video about that also. But besides that, everything out there, I just had a good time. It's like the air felt different and I felt like a real explorer, because I was in a new place. Like, yeah, here in Virginia, I know a couple El Salvadorians, but not too many people that I know personally that have actually been there on the land in the city of San Salvador and Santa Teca and seeing the volcanoes, seeing the volcanic ash beaches up close and personal. And I say it was a very beautiful experience. Now, when traveling solo, I would say, you have to be on your P's and Q's because if you're alone and people know that you're alone, yeah, you can be seen as somewhat as a target, especially when you go to places like Colombia, Venezuela, Dominican Republic, places that have a little bit more impoverished people. You're going to be seen a little bit more as a target, especially if you don't know the language much, or you aren't trying to, or if you look different, like you wearing like your flashy clothes and things like that. You're going to be seen as somewhat of a target. But you can make these trips and go on a solo trip and have a great time. Like, that's the main reason why I'm making this video, because I know it's a lot of people that want to travel, they want to see the world, but they don't really have nobody to go with, right? And I'm here to tell you, go alone, go alone. You'll meet some great people. You're going to make some lifelong connections 9 times out of 10, and you're going to have a good time as long as you are moving through this world with kindness and love. And I got a lot of love out there. I'll say, like, people seeing me, they see I was a vlogger. A lot of people be interested in the camera and like, what am I doing? And, oh, it's your first time here. They want to show me all these different things, recommend places that I should go. And yeah, it's a good time. Like, it's a little bit different when I go places and I'm with a group. Like, maybe just me and my wife, we do get a lot of interactions from people when it's just us two. But when I go places with a group of guys, a lot of people be kind of more so intimidated and they don't want to really talk to groups of people unless they're trying to get money out of you, which in El Salvador, there wasn't a lot of that. In other places I've been to, yeah, it's a lot of panhandling, a lot of begging. You got to tell people no a few times, but you tell people no, tell them in an assertive tone that, I'm just trying to chill. I came here on vacation, or just came here to travel and see what's going on. I'm not interested in what you have. Most of them will leave you alone. Last thing you want to be doing is waiting on people to go somewhere, because especially like I wanted other people to come with me on that first solo trip, but it just didn't happen. So if I wanted to wait for people, then I would have been waiting forever. I probably still wouldn't have taken a solo trip. Next year, I'm probably gonna take another 4 or 5 solo trips. I'm gonna take my wife to a couple places, and yeah, I'm gonna go on a couple group trips also. But group trips are much harder to plan. Like we all know, it starts out great in the group chat. Everybody said, "Yeah, I'm going, I'm going." Once that day gets closer, once it starts getting time to pay some money, people start falling out of the trip, which is normal. Like you can't be really mad at people because everybody has their own path, everybody got their own journey, everybody's on different timing, stuff comes up in people's lives, so you can't really take it to heart. But at the same time, you gotta be willing and ready to go alone for any trip. So yeah, take the trip. Go walk the pyramids. Go to West Africa. Go to Asia. Go to Europe. If you're from somewhere else, come here. Come to America. Go to Australia. Go wherever your heart is calling you. And I will say, El Salvador definitely was calling me, and I see why, because it definitely is a place that I would say, like, yeah, it could be a second home for me. I like what they're doing there. I like how they're giving a lot of visas to skilled workers, changing the country for the better as far as locking up a lot of the criminals and investing in Bitcoin a lot. That's, as you've been seeing, if you've been keeping up with the news and crypto, that's going very well for them. So I like the direction that their country is going in. And yeah, it could be a second home. I feel like every place I've been to, though, it feels like I could live there. And it's because I don't feel lonely places. It's because I know everybody that I love, we got more than just physical connections. We got spiritual, we got mental connections, emotional connections. And I could take that with me anywhere. Sure, it would be nice for them to come with me certain places, but I can't hesitate. I gotta go do what I need to do. I gotta see the world. I gotta get new perspectives, and going to the different places, that it helps me get new perspectives. It gives me new experiences to come here and talk about with you guys. So it's all around win-win situation. It's like, to me, I can't be worried about something happening to me. Something could happen to me here sitting in this room. Where would I rather like something happen to me while I'm out chasing my dreams, living my purpose and doing what I need to be doing, or at home because I was scared to go and do what I wanted to do? So yeah, if you was ever tempted to solo travel, I would say take that trip. Do your research on where you're going though. That's the big one. Do your research, make sure you know what's going on. Learn at least a little bit of the local language so you're not just stuck anywhere. Have a plan, because you never know what can happen in any of these places. So you definitely got to be on your P's and Q's when it comes to safety. Don't dress too flashy if you're going somewhere where it's a lot of poverty and impoverished people. Like when I went to Montreal, Canada, that's different from going to Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. Like, yeah, some people in DR with money, but it's a lot of people that don't have money. It's a lot of people sleeping on the streets. So rather than Montreal, yeah, they got a little bit of poverty and crackheads, but it's a lot of people with money. So, and it's a lot of areas where only people with money kind of go. So just know where you're going, where you're staying, learn the language, be ready to get the cultural experience, not just the vacation resort experience if you're really gonna travel into like a local area. Yeah, that's all I got on this one, man. Happy travels, man. Love y'all. I'm out.